Welcome to the WrestleMania Preview Podcast with Squared Circle Jerks.
Word.
I'm Mike, he's Byron.
No. Yes, okay, I am.
We were going to go with the three-man booth, but our third man has abandoned us.
Apparently he's having technical difficulties, the difficulty being that he is not technical.
Difficulty being they can't find a microphone.
Nor two turntables.
Indeed. It's a serious problem when trying to jam it out.
Correct.
So, we're here. We're going to give you relatively brief synopsis of the week that was WWE, because it was pretty plain. It was pretty plain. There were some good matches, but like storyline wise, we're just kind of simmering things for Mania and Takeover.
It's like they've decided to go into post-Mania SmackDown and Raw before Mania. It's weird. It's like, yeah, we've already given up, and we're not going to try anything else until after SummerSlam.
The irony is that the post Mania Raw might actually end up being better than these ones.
Well, the Raw after WrestleMania is going to be a thing, and then SmackDown after WrestleMania is a lesser thing, and then they just give up until like September.
So let's get rolling with Raw here. Also, shout out to Conor McGregor for single-handedly ruining a UFC card.
What a fucking moron. Jesus Christ. Conor McGregor, a.k.a. Skip to My Dingaling, a.k.a. Frogmouth Brown, a.k.a. I have serious impulse control problems.
See, when you do a pro wrestling style running like, by God, it's Conor McGregor!
It's going to stop him, but
you do not break a window that has a bunch of fighters inside of it with a dolly, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a problem, and quite frankly, I hope they throw the book at him, and I hope that all of the money is made off of his back via lawsuits, because he fucking deserves it.
Yep. So we get on to Raw, where we open up with a press conference for the mixed match thing with the McMahons versus the Olympians.
I skipped the first half hour of Raw. The first half hour. Totally skipped. Useless. Bloody useless. I don't want to hear Kurt Angle with the punch-drunk flubbing of lines. I don't want to hear Ronda Rousey with her brand new rookie persona who's only ever seen a microphone at UFC press conferences where she's being a bitch, or a WWE microphone where she's just supposed to smile and wave anyway. Stephanie McMahon is useless on the mic because she's so delusional. And Triple H is great, but I'm not sitting through 90,000 pounds of shit for like 2 pounds of tolerableness.
Actually, I found Triple H to be the worst of the four out of this segment.
See, and that's another reason why to do.
Because Kurt was fine, didn't really flub anything. Ronda was fine. Stephanie was standard Steph, but Triple H was like the full heel persona, which he's a heel, don't get me wrong, but like he's full on like corrupt heel persona where it's like, so you don't want to make money for the company.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Oh no. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the Wobbly Wobbly Bee at all, sir, in the last 50 years, but they go out of the way to not make money.
They don't want to make money, I know.
They will not in any circumstance try to make money. It's really fucked up.
The crowd kind of not reacting to Ronda here, which is I kind of saw this coming.
Yeah, well, why would they?
Both Stephanie and Triple H are like, contrary to the crowd reaction, there is none. I'm very tired of this idea that like she's an MMA fighter, so she can't pro wrestle. When has that been a thing? Ken Shamrock came in from MMA and started kicking people's ass.
Yep.
Kurt Angle came in from Olympic Wrestling and started kicking people's ass.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Steve Blackman?
Steve Blackman actually didn't do MMA or anything like that.
He's still a martial artist.
Yeah, martial artist. Well, Blackman never really went anywhere too. But Shamrock went like right to the IC title, and Angle went more or less right to the WWE title.
Didn't Angle hold basically everything within a year?
I think more or less.
Like he didn't have it. I don't think he had the tag titles.
Didn't have a tag title because
for
he didn't really
sure had the IC title and for sure had a world championship within his first year.
I believe he had a European title in there as well.
That is very possible.
So yeah, this ends with the ladies getting up in each other's face, and then Kurt tries to break it up, and Triple H hits him from behind, and Stephanie McMahon put Ronda Rousey through a table. So
yeah, I saw that bit. I basically skipped, skippity, skip, skippity, skip, and then I saw some fracas and backed up for, I don't know, a good 2 seconds. It's like, wow, this is bad. So bad. This is not how you go home in any way, shape, or form.
Yes, not really what I would have done, that's for fucking sure. Then we had Bayley and Sonya Deville. The narrative in this match is this idea that the commentators are going, Sonya Deville she's improving so much. Like, she is not. She is very much the same wrestler. What the hell?
She's doing facial expressions these days, which is interesting. I mean, it used to be just this frozen, they're telling me to be angry, but I'm not really angry. And I'm going to do a bunch of theatrics and slam my hands on stuff and, maybe I'll break them before the match. Who knows? And now she's actually, like, emoting a bit, but she's still pretty much trash in the ring.
Yeah. I would like her to be good. Like, to be clear, I don't want anyone to suck. But,
no.
Despite the false dawn of having a really good match with Ruby Riott, that was, like, the false dawn of all false dawns, because Sonya Deville has not been good since coming to the main roster in any way.
At least she's, I will say this, she's less inherently dangerous.
True.
I mean, she's probably not going to kill anybody by accident. Probably not. Before, she totally was, like, if you had put Sonya Deville in a match with Sasha Banks would just be dead. Because Sasha Banks would go for some extremely, inherently deadly and dangerous maneuver for no reason, and Sonya Deville would not be there to do the proper catch, and then you just have a dead Sasha Banks.
Yeah, anyways, Bayley gets the win with the roll-up, and Banks had to make the save when she's getting beat up, but Bayley will not raise her hand, because she didn't need the help. She clearly did.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. It doesn't make any sense. Please stop doing it.
We also had our obligatory stupid face moment where Sonya Deville's, on the outside, and a smart face would be like, hey, ref, start the count. No. I got to go out there and go get her and let her ram me into a ring post.
Correct.
Which also particularly doesn't work when you have Deville, because Deville's kind of like she's supposed to be the absolution monster. She shouldn't need that kind of heel trick.
Yeah.
Anyways, Balor versus Seth Rollins with Miz on commentary. I didn't dig Miz being like the new dad thing. It might be legit. Like, maybe he may be in such a good mood that he just can't even heal it up.
This was fucking gross. This was atrociously bad.
But yeah, it was atrociously bad. If this is how he's going to be as a father, we should have, like, a couple months ago started, like, a face turn.
This feud has made me very disinterested in Finn Balor. I honestly, at this point, release all three of these guys. I have zero interest in watching either three of these guys wrestle, especially against each other. I don't enjoy anything that Balor and Rollins did in the ring. It was serviceable, but Miz made it the shittiest thing possible. He said the same exact line 6 times. And they kept saying the name of his daughter over and over and over and
Monroe
over.
Sky
and over.
Mizanin.
Listen, if you're gonna go that far, I need you to repeat. I only need you for the entire 22 minutes and 2 seconds this match went for. I need you to only repeat the full name of the child, her birth weight, and birth measurements over and over and over and over and over and over while 2 men are trying to wrestle in the ring, and Rollins is quite convincingly taking all of the fun out of watching Finn Balor wrestle, because I'm not enjoying any part of this at all.
I suspect this match was infinitely better without the commentary, just based on the fact that the crowd seemed to like it.
I got bad news. It wasn't. I muted it after it was like 5 or 6 minutes. of commentary, and they'd said the same line 6 times and repeated the baby's full entire name at least 4 times, maybe more, I muted it. And
Also,
I honestly didn't watch the rest of the match because there was no audio cues to make me pay attention to what was going on the other monitor. There was zero reason to be interested, captivated, intrigued. Nothing. There was nothing there.
and of course, we also had the commentary going through like, this is an incredibly high stakes match. What stakes? They have Mania matches. This is a nothing match.
It was such a nothing match. It should not have been, very few of these matches should have been booked at all. Like, there's no reason for Rollins and Balor to wrestle before WrestleMania. There's no reason for Asuka or Alexa Bliss to be wrestling
that is extreme
at all. No fucking reason. Why would you put, I don't know, you keep jobbing out Slater, why fucking bother booking him? I would like to see Matt Hardy and Goldust. Those two are quality individuals. I enjoyed the promo off. And I
was fine with Bayley facing DeVille.
I guess.
I mean, it's not going to be a good match, but I just mean, like, from the, like, if you're going to put DeVille and Bayley on the show, yeah, sure, why not?
I suppose. I'm kind of surprised that neither of the women's matches devolved into having both, or like every female employee of its entirety of Titan Industries come down and get thrown over the rope one after another for 3 straight hours.
Yep.
I mean, if you could get a bigger hammer and just ham-fist it over my brain for a while. By the way, Raw was garbage.
Rollins goes over with a stomp. And that means he probably will lose at Mania.
Yeah, probably. Who fucking knows?
Because they built him with some actual momentum. Heyman and Angle have a word backstage, basically about, don't enrage Roman, don't make Roman come out and hurt Brock. And Heyman is very amused by that idea. He, however, will take Kurt Angle's words into consideration. We then had a bar promo about they don't care who Braun's partner is because he has to tag him in. He doesn't. Braun can, in fact, work the entire match.
Correct.
Braun won't have a real team, so he won't get to win the belts. Braun comes out, says he has a partner. He will reveal the partner if the bar gives him a match. The bar agrees. We get Braun Strowman versus it was Cesaro, right? I don't even remember.
Doesn't matter.
That's how unimpressive this was. He beats both of them up. I kind of wanted the real partner reveal, but I'm okay with it being saved for Mania as well.
Yeah, while it was happening, this whole promo made me cringe hard enough I might have cracked a tooth because it was very fucking bad. But after it was done, I kind of reflected a little bit and went, was it funny and I missed it? No. It was the promo that was wrong.
Then we had Goldust and Matt Hardy do a promo off, and fuck yes!
Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. Yes, wonderful.
And then we had a match between them. And the match wasn't great. It was okay.
Yeah, it was fine. Which means it was the best match on the card.
Commentary actually did make me laugh a couple times, so we'll give him that. And Matt Hardy, after the match, went up to the Andre trophy and started going, Procure! Procure!
Okay. I'm just going to say it. I think they had somebody's 5-year-old child make those trophies. Or they got ripped off so hard by some random manufacturer that they're so embarrassed that they can't possibly get any like, no, we paid $30,000 for each of these trophies. Dude, they are the cheapest gumball machine plastic toppers I have ever fucking seen. What the fuck, dude?
They do look notably worse than last
They're
year's.
Fucking garbage. Listen, you're a real company, right? Right? Like, real company with money and stuff? Oh boy.
Then we had our Stupid Mean Girls promo for the week with Mickey and Alexa Bliss, making fun of Nia's weight and intelligence. And,
oh, no, I didn't skip it. This is the blubber thing, right?
Yeah, that's what this was.
Yeah, no, I didn't skip that at all. This was...
this makes no sense.
No.
I don't mean like fat shaving's bad or whatever. Like, they're heels. They can do fat shaving if they want, but it's been established that Bliss is fucking petrified of this woman, yet is still cutting promos that she can see about her weight.
Yeah, I don't think there's no lot. This is fucking bad. I'm just gonna keep saying this is fucking bad all fucking night, because a lot of the stuff was just fucking bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with most of it. There's not really anything I'm going to call good on this entire thing. I'm not as negative on some things as you are, but that's about.
I just don't get it. Like, how do you write this bad? How does somebody how does anybody who's going to be on camera speaking into a microphone not just go, hold up, wait 1 second. If we use brains to figure things out logically, fuck you, I'm not saying that. You fucking moron.
What is my motivation in saying this?
Yeah! What is my motivation? Well, we're trying to do that. Well, you're fucking wrong, fuck off, before I pull your fucking pubes out.
I don't need additional heat. I have the heat.
No. Jesus, goddamn Christ.
John Cena comes out. Okay, actually, this was probably the best thing on the night. John Cena came out to make a last-ditch effort to get Taker to...
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, he did a really good job of hyping both the crowd and the card. That was fantastic work. Great work.
Yeah. He did a really interesting kind of... Well, I guess it's like he from right away. He's just like, well, I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. It was like we fucking tried, which I don't think anybody's done in a promo before.
Yeah, I'm really realistically aside. Like if you took away the part where like John Cena was like crying and talking about how he had no path to Mania and like just went with like my path is the Undertaker. Like, I don't want a title match. I want Taker at Mania. This would have been so good. Like, all the way through. Kurt Angle talks with Roman. Wants Roman to leave, but Roman is staying. He will hear Heyman out because he respects Kurt. And then he says Kurt sold his gold medals. So, mixed messages. Does he respect Kurt or does he not? Like, what the hell?
Dude, he's the king of mixed messages. At this point, I assume that he is a transsexual, which way I can't tell yet. He probably... there are so many contradictions you could throw at this guy, and he just kind of rolls with it. None of it makes sense. He can't get over.
He's doing his best, but they are giving him shit.
Yeah. Like, that's how many mixed signals is. Like, I legitimately at some points can't tell if he's supposed to be a man or a woman because he does these weird emotional outbursts, and yet he's supposed to be stoic. He's the big dog.
He's supposed to be respectful of the business and then takes a dump on Kurt. And it's like, what the hell?
The fuck? I don't have a goddamn clue, and it was fucking bad.
We get a little walk with Elias time where he's got to bury Atlanta, of course. And he's facing off against Slater. Rhino has a walk with Slater shirt. That was pretty cool. I like that.
I love the walk with Slater. I walk with Slater. In retrospect, I don't think I've seen a single Elias sing-along time 90-minute musicals. Like, he gets 20 fucking minutes every episode. 20 minutes to just sit around and do a thing with the Strum alums.
Probably closer to 15. But yeah.
No, it's about 20. Maybe a couple of weeks it's been 15, but on average it's 20 or more. And he just sitting around. I skip it every single week. I can't be bothered. It's stereotypical bullshit. heel, I hate your city, I'm a bad guy.
To be honest,
that shit.
My problem with it is more that he comes off as like, I'm better than you, but like when he came into the WWE, he was a drifter. And it's,
he's supposed to be a homeless guy that's better than you. Fuck off.
Yeah, like that's the thing is they took his drifter gimmick, and I don't care for the musical gimmick, so I wasn't really behind it then, but then they turned it into this thing where he's basically a musical equivalent of The Miz. But it makes even less sense, because at least like The Miz, people have paid money to buy his movie or see his movie.
I don't think that's even true.
Some people. There is a box office for his movies, so as a result,
the OSW boys.
As a result, somebody paid money for it. No one has ever paid money to see an Elias concert. He's not a star. Like, if The Miz is not a star, but at least The Miz is like, I'm a bigger star than some of the guys around me. Elias, it's like, so you're like the smallest star on this roster, and your basic gimmick is I'm gonna bury every city I'm in.
And he gets 20 minutes to sit in the ring every single week.
And some people like it, and I would like to know why. I don't get it.
I don't think I'll ever watch anything he does unless I am forced to.
I mean, if he gets
like,
good,
I won't be able to skip WrestleMania. So he'll probably get. Oh, let's see. They got 14 matches for WrestleMania, or did they 13? Because they've officially canceled the Undertaker Cena match, so they're back down to 13. So let's see, that's an over-under of 16 and a half hours for WrestleMania. They'll give him a nice 5-hour spot. A good 5 hours of that will be Elias just sitting in the ring, strum-a-lum-a-lum, I would like complete silence, 45 minutes of mild agitation from the crowd. No, I want to be, your city sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
I would have preferred if he just stuck as the drifter, to be honest.
Yeah. Just drift around.
He beat Slater because, of course, he beat Slater. Where is this toughening Slater up storyline even gone?
50-50. 50-50 booking.
It's not even 50-50. He's not won anything.
Well, see, no, they've gone. This is the new meta. It's gone beyond 50-50 booking. We're not about wins and losses here. We're about 1 week we'll do the character, and the next week, no character. So we've gone beyond, it's now 50-50 promos and 50-50 character work. It's not just 50-50
I think it's not even 50-50 in that regard. I think they just forgot they were doing something with Slater.
Oh no, but the problem is with Slater, they gave him at least a full month of matches where it looked like he was having a character arc. So now they have to go a full month without him having a character. That's how that's going to work. I'm sorry, that's just the new Vince thing.
Then we had Kurt Hawkins wanting to be Braun's partner, and this was fine. I was good with
this crushed my hopes.
It crushed my hopes because I wanted Hawkins to be the partner, but at least they gave us something.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's like, what's your win-loss record? All about that.
Let's not talk about that.
All right, here's your big break. Bam! Through the wall.
Yeah, it crushed my hopes. I was really hoping that they would just... they'd go with the storyline that he refuses to have partners, so somebody just assigned Kurt Hawkins to him. And then he wins the titles, and he can't get rid of Hawkins, because if he gets rid of Hawkins, he can't be a tag team champion.
Yeah, it's basically the Rikishi storyline from back in the day. Renee Young sits down with Nia Jax. This was fine, but I really wish they would let Nia Jax be kind of like a more monstrous, strong character.
Yeah, I thought again. I'm with you on the promo. It was fine.
It's just, to me, it's too cliche.
I would say that I would go a little further and say that the promo was okay, not just fine. But yeah, like I like the little bit at the end is like, I'm fucking gonna wreck your shit.
Yeah, I got behind that.
Yeah, but it's, you gotta. I have a feeling that this is a Stephanie McMahon thing, not a Vince McMahon thing, and she wants, the bully chick to be refuted publicly by somebody who enjoys herself, former model, not sure. And I'm a little confused about that because I know that she was a plus size model, using air quotes. That's why I talk like that. But she was a model. Why does she still have all the weight on? Like, shouldn't she? And hey, it's not my decision.
Some of the plus size models are quite large.
Well, no, I understand that, but I've seen pictures of her before, and she was gorgeous, and now she is a gorgeous woman who's very, very overweight. Why wouldn't you try to not lose the weight so much? Not just like ditch all of the size, put some size on, but more. And I'm not talking like China size, but more Tamina size.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
like, shouldn't she just be the bigger version of Tamina? That would be a healthier option, wouldn't it?
It would, in general, be a good idea to try to be as lean as you can be in the professional wrestling industry because there's just a lot of health problems that you could potentially avoid.
Yeah, I'm saying this not from an aesthetic standpoint, but from just a health standpoint. But also, the health standpoint feeds into a performance kind of standpoint where if you
more mass, more ability to do different things.
Yeah, would you rather be Goldberg or would you rather be Vader? Like, which destroyer do you want to be?
Vader in like early days wasn't too bad, but Vader later on.
No, but look at where we are now. if you had them both have the same career path, here's another case in point. Would you rather be the Road Warriors or would you rather be the Head Shrinkers or the Wild Samoans or whatever iteration of Samoans you got? Because every Samoan tag team has been obese. And how long did they last? 5 years at most? Before one of them died or they split up? Or you could be the Road Warriors who was always in amazing shape, or at least good shape, depending on what the drugs were up to. I mean, it's a healthier way to go. It's a better performance aspect. You could be okay, would you rather be Braun Strowman or the Big Show in the mid-2000s?
Well, Big Show's a bit of a bad example because he seems to somehow manage to keep it together.
Yeah, well, and he's getting to be in amazing shape now. And he's able to... He was done. As of 2 years ago, the Big Show was done. There's nothing else he could do. I would
suggest a better option would be like Nelson Frazier, a.k.a. Viscera, Big Daddy V, Mabel.
Yeah. I mean, that guy or Yokozuna. These are all guys who were fucking fat and fucking died. So... It's
a lot of strain to put in your heart to move around that extra weight.
Yeah.
And and again, I say this as a guy who's overweight, trying to correct the problem, etc., but I also don't do anything tremendously physical in terms of my job. So it's not the same health concern. But even then, it's a health concern.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just a little, yay, off on a rant again. But I would prefer to see her. I mean, it's great that she's standing up for overweight people. Cool. We've got, overweight women have an example to look to in the WWE. That's awesome. But in the long term, I would like to rather see her be in better shape. Just for her own fucking health.
Yeah, I could definitely co-sign on that.
Can you imagine if you had the female Braun Strowman?
Ooh. Well, I was gonna say is like you have all these like male monsters, and it's like even the fat ones, like Viscera, who was ridiculously obese,
legit like 500 to 600 pounds.
I think 470 they always put him at, but I would not be surprised.
That guy was not. Yeah. That guy was not below 500 pounds.
Yeah. But, like, my point is more like, even when he was, like, at his fattest, it's like the character wasn't defined by being overweight. Still a monster. And I just wish they would incorporate something that they're actually reasonably good at, which is they've been reasonably good at creating monster males and take some of that success over to Nia Jax instead of going with this very, very vulnerable approach. You can have some vulnerability, but there's a little too much here.
You can show some A la Braun Strowman. You've got this monster who destroyed everybody for a long time. And this pretty little girl comes along and bats her eyelashes at him, and he's like, oh, okay. You know, you can have some of that, but you need to have a track record. And right now, Nia Jax's track record is that she's just a big softie that sometimes gets angry and sometimes even wins a match.
Yeah, that's the other problem. Then we had Alexa Bliss and Mickie James versus Asuka and Dana Brooke in a match that made absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
Nope.
On the bright side, Dana Brooke was botch-free, pretty much.
Yeah.
She
and
worked Melissa's match and did a reasonably good job.
And I was left with the impression, and I watched it before you, and I mentioned it to you, so you were having a lookout. But when I watched the match, it seemed to me that Dana was on point, and everybody else was a step behind. Like, they were having problems working with her, not because she was bad, but the very opposite of that.
I think there's a certain level of difficulty working with someone that you're just not familiar with the body type of. Because Dana Brooke, well, she's, timing needs work, storytelling needs work, all these things need work. She's much greener than she really should be. We'll just leave it at that. But she is really athletic, very explosive.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that just
and
like
strong as
where a traditional female wrestler would, say, land after a leapfrog or something is not where she's landing, and it's throwing off the timing.
Yeah, and she's incredibly strong. She's Braun Strowman's workout partner on the road. There's gonna have to be some adjust. I think it's gonna take some time for her to adjust other people to her, and I don't mean like repetitive work rate. Like, she's gonna have to learn how to move people in the ring to where she needs them to be, not the other way around.
I think you need her to work more matches then. And that's kind of been my thing when they brought her up too early from NXT, and then they kind of saddled her with not really doing anything. And it's like with someone who looks like that, you should be trying to make something out of that.
Absolutely.
And when you consider how much you're trying to do with like Sonya Deville, for example, who's
not there
in some regards, maybe slightly better than Dana Brooke, but as a total package is really not.
No,
I don't know why you wouldn't be doing the same thing with Dana Brooke.
Maybe I'm prejudiced or biased or whatever at this point. I don't think Sonya Deville has half the talent Dana Brooke does. I don't think you're ever going to get anywhere close to the potential out of Sonya Deville that Dana Brooke has. I think Dana Brooke is more athletic, more intelligent in the ring, learns quicker, and yeah, there's all the superficial stuff. She's gorgeous. She's built like a brick shithouse. She could probably legit wrestle with she could go to 205 Live and wrestle with anybody on there. Maybe not on a talent level, but from a sheer physical standpoint, anybody on 205 Live that needs a fucking dance partner and doesn't mind doing an intergender match, Dana Brooke could probably hang.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a couple of slimmer built wrestlers on 205 Live that I theorize she could probably maybe even overpower.
I would like to see her versus Tony Nese. I think that would be amazing.
I don't think she has much of a chance of overpowering Tony Nese.
But they both got that. I
kind of like that as like a pairing, though. That could be really cool.
Yeah, like the power couple. Like, underline the word power. That would be a thing.
Yeah, I love that. I am down with that idea.
That would be.
They stuck her in Titus Worldwide, and that really didn't end up doing anything with her.
Listen, it worked the first week when she was wearing that really low cut fucking. I don't know what I'm saying with that. That was working for me.
Yeah, but from a character development storyline, there was nothing.
Well, yeah, and the problem is that the Titus Worldwide are over his faces, and if Dana Brooke doesn't have anything to do there, like if they were heels, she could cheat. She could chop block guys. She could do a running jump off some steps and fucking lariat somebody right in the fucking throat. And Titus Worldwide wins again. Yeah. But as a face, there's nothing. What are you going to do?
I don't know, something. Give her, have her equalize a third person at ringside for the heels.
Yeah, okay.
You know, utilize like she's injured, so it's a bad example. Like have like I don't know, Alicia Fox out there, boom, or
just somebody else.
Yeah,
just somebody if they've got a third member.
And again, she's muscular enough that you could use a male actually, and have her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, say Titus Worldwide were up against the New Day, and she was on the outside, and she saw because the New Day is not totally above doing some shenanigans here and there, and so she sees I don't know, not Big E, but either of the other two, and she just fucking wrecks their house before they can shenanigan things up.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, or in the case of. Trying to think of an existing team on Raw that kind of does it, but you could give someone else like a temporary third man or whatever, like third person for like a heel version of Slater and Rhino. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things that could be done, and they really didn't. I don't know what they thought they were achieving with Dana Brooke as the statistician of Titus Worldwide. Really,
no, I don't know. Like, I like seeing her on camera. But I like seeing her on camera and hearing her theme music a lot more. And I like seeing her active in the ring even more than all those things.
Yeah, and unless you're going to go the route where she's just a manager, which would be a complete waste, again, with someone who does have that kind of physical ability. Yeah. Get her in there and get her some ring time. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is kind of indicative of the whole NXT thing. I can't remember. I think it was a Wrestle Talk episode I was listening to earlier this week. And Luke, I'm pretty sure it was Luke Owen, said that apparently the NXT trainees only get like maybe 20 matches a year total. And that's why they have almost no success rate when it comes to homegrown talent. All the successes are guys like, very few out of, let's just go out of our way and say hundreds of people that they probably were training at one point or another.
Which I don't know why they wouldn't. Like, at least like just run them through the ropes in the performance center at least.
Have a shitload of dark matches. Yeah. Jesus fuck. Who cares?
Yeah, totally. They don't need to be ready for TV. You get them ready for TV.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. And apparently that's pretty much it. It's like the trainees there never get to wrestle. Dana Brooke called up way too early, never gets to wrestle.
Yep. So Asuka eventually got the hot tag and tapped out Mickie James with the Asuka lock, which again, with the streak at stake, why the hell is Asuka just not the legal person the whole match? Like, what the hell?
I don't. Why bother? Why would you have
a random tag team partner?
Why would you have any champion in any match the week before WrestleMania, and why would you have any challenger for those titles in any match at all the week before WrestleMania? From a reality 2018 standpoint, where people have the fucking internet, the fuck are you doing? We know what's supposed to happen to prepare people for fights.
Unless there's some kind of storyline at stake, it makes no sense.
Jesus.
And there was no storyline as to why any of these matches happened.
No. Because Asuka, and why hasn't Asuka been over on SmackDown since the day she made her announcement? The very day. She goes to SmackDown, stays on SmackDown. What the fuck?
Anyways, we get the heels with a bit of a beatdown afterwards, and then Nia Jax comes out. Bliss gets away from her, but, Mickie James has to get killed. Which, again, what is Mickie James? It's just sad what they're doing with Mickie James. It really is.
Yeah, it's... hey, I'm always down to watch her be the trashy MILF. But, again, she's the best female wrestler on your roster. The fuck are you doing?
It's just... It's like I said, it's Ric Flair, only she's younger and has something still to offer.
Yeah.
Put her in there in a long feud with Dana Brooke. See what you can get out of her. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that would be amazing. I would watch the shit out of that. Mickie James and Ruby Riott, blood feud for a year. Shit.
Then we had Brock and Heyman bring us on home. Heyman does some good work on the mic. Roman will, he again builds up Roman only to say Brock is going to win. That's a spoiler. If a freak accident happens and Roman wins, Brock will not be back on Raw, nor will Heyman. And, Yeah, there was a good line about owning Roman's options and his ass.
That booty.
And he will have to tell his family that he got conquered by Brock. Didn't really get why there were certain members of the security team. Like, they had a chunk of the roster, Titus Worldwide, the Revival Bar, and Club were out there. I think Miztourage as well. And I kept thinking to myself, is like, why the hell is the Bar out there? They hate Kurt. Why would they do anything for him?
Do they hate Kurt?
They feel like Kurt has done them wrong. Like, throughout their entire tag team run. Remember, they threatened to leave for SmackDown and everything. Like,
no, I don't remember that at all.
They came in after they got attacked, and they were like, we want to be traded to SmackDown where we appreciate it. And I'm like, so they don't like Kurt. Whether it's a hate is maybe perhaps too strong of a word, but they don't like Kurt. Why would they get in Roman Reigns' way effectively for Kurt Angle?
Yeah, I don't know. Because he signs their checks. Kayfabe.
I don't even think kayfabe he does, because clearly he doesn't get the respect of being the paycheck.
Kayfabe! I don't know. I have no idea. I don't fucking know.
Anyways, at the end, they in the end just let Roman through, so they didn't do anything. But the fact that they were even out there didn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And Brock backs down out of the ring, but he rethinks it, grabs a chair. Roman does get some retribution, a couple of Superman punches in there and everything, but Brock, at the end of the day, leaves him lying, so, it'll be that much more surprising when Roman beats him at Mania.
I'm totally surprised, dude. It's not that I knew 2 weeks before last year's WrestleMania that he would be winning this match at this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Good job, Vince. Way to kill your whole fucking shit.
Then we go to SmackDown, where we open up with
the dark match previous to SmackDown was everybody's favorite dancing person, Naomi, beat Ruby Riott.
That might have been okay.
I can't think how, but okay.
Well, you're forgetting that Ruby Riott dragged like a proper 3 3/4 star match at Sonya Deville.
That's absolutely true. I will stipulate that for a fact.
Bryan Danielson opens us up, and he brings out Shane McMahon, who is here despite having staph and diverticulitis, yet medically cleared for Mania. What the hell?
So I had completely written off Shane as being anywhere close to being a part of this. He's got an umbilical hernia and diverticulitis. And either he's the toughest son of a bitch in the world, or the medical thing is a little bit kayfabed, or there's some shit going on here we're not really aware of.
They have legitimately ruined any injury angle you could do from this point onwards.
Correct.
Because Shane McMahon, who's in his, I want to say late 40s. Am I correct on that?
I think early 50s.
I don't think he's quite 50 yet. I'll look it up after I finish with this, because either way, my point is justified.
Shane McMahon is 48.
Okay, so a 48-year-old Shane McMahon with staph, diverticulitis, and a hernia is going to wrestle at Mania, was medically cleared. So exactly what does it take to not be medically cleared? Because I think you have to be dead.
Middle name Brandon, by the way.
I was aware of that, actually. They do this whole thing where Shane doesn't want to hug him, but Bryan wants to hug him. Crowd wants to hug him. He's like, handshake, high five. And
he fucked up those lines so hard.
Yeah, they finally hug. And it appears they're on the same page. And then we went into Charlotte Flair versus Natty Neidhart. I found this match to be a bit clunky.
Yeah, it was. Also, they had about 5 commercial breaks during it or some shit like that.
That's also pretty dumb. Carmella comes out again. She still has the briefcase, I told you.
Fuck me. Just kill me in the face with frozen squid or something. Anybody, just murder me now. Fuck me.
This is a repeat of the prior match that these two had when Carmella came out to cash in, and really cashed in because she did everything involved in the cash in.
Mm-hmm.
And only this time, instead of getting pinned, Charlotte puts Natty into a figure 8 and boom, taps her out.
I'm still totally confused because Natalia's the champion.
Well, not anymore. Now Charlotte did win back the belt here.
Was it a dark match during a house show during the week previous?
Well, no. She just tapped out Natty on the show.
Oh, is that how they... But she just gets to carry the title around whether she's champion or not. Is that how that works?
That's how that works, yeah.
Fuck me. Jesus. Oh, yeah, you can get a match for the title. Oh, you won. No, I'm still champion because reasons.
Anyways, Asuka comes out. No one is ready for her. Charlotte says, "You're not ready for me." And,
lame.
That's whatever.
Lame. You're rubber and I'm glue. No, wait. No, the other way around. My dad can beat up your dad.
I mean, maybe. I don't know what Asuka's dad's like.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to go with hardcore son of a bitch.
AJ cuts a promo about how emotions are not his weakness, but his strength. Nakamura takes him too lightly, and that's the weakness. And then we went on to Rusev versus Jinder Mahal with Bobby Roode on commentary.
Dude, Aiden English nailed this intro. Holy fuck. This was all the things that were great about pro wrestling in the 90s in one instant. He fucking owned the shit out of that. And it was great, and I need to see it all the time. All the time with titles everywhere.
Unfortunately, the match itself wasn't great, and half of it was spent in a commercial break.
Correct, because Jinder Mahal is not on Rusev's level. Therefore, Jinder Mahal will win the title.
Yeah, Sunil Singh did a little bit of interference, but it didn't matter. Machka kick and 3, Rusev wins. Afterwards, we get, of course, everybody gets involved. You get everything. You get everything. You get everything. And we did get a glorious RKO. That was kind of a neat spot. With Bobby Roode sending Sunil Singh into the RKO. I like that. It's okay.
It's not as cool as the bitter end of Heartache.
That's true. That's true.
Fuck
we'll talk about that later. Then we had Nakamura cutting a promo about how seriously he's taking this match. He does not take AJ lightly. But AJ is emotional. And he will make a mistake. And when he does, I will win with knee to face.
He's like a weird stereotypical. He's like as if Michael Jackson was a stereotypical kung fu bad guy. That's what we've got going on here.
Pretty much. That's awesome. Then we had a mixed match challenge promo. Then we moved on to the New Day telling us that Mania this was terrible. What the fuck?
Jesus, how many are there involved here? There's
7 guys.
7 guys. Go dig 7 graves up on that hill, and I'll let you know why we need them a little bit later.
At least Harper and Rowan got to just smash a camera.
Fuck. Yeah, okay.
They came off the best of this.
We're gonna do-si-do. And we're gonna take the things off.
To be clear, you can have serious wrestlers doing comedy. I've always said this, but these 3 teams are engaged in what is basically supposed to be this very dangerous near blood feud.
Yeah.
Turn the comedy off.
Fuck's sake. Holy shit. Yeah, no, this was terrible. Terrible.
Or at best, have the New Day use comedy as like a misdirection weapon against the Bludgeons, for example. They just don't know how to handle it or something.
Like, Shelton... Or no, I almost said Shelton Benjamin. Shouldn't Shelton Benjamin really be in the New Day? Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be great.
Say Xavier Woods has his obscene codpiece on or something like that, and then the Bludgeon Brothers come over and he shoots fireworks out of it or something.
It's a little far, but yeah, something like that.
That's about you need a little bit of offensive weapon against these monstrous brutes.
Yeah, we're going into this match against these guys who we have been afraid of to the point where 5 of us run away from 2 men, but we're going to cut you a comedy promo here with a pancake.
One guy was kayfabe hospitalized for a week.
Yeah.
But we're just going to
2 guys, actually, Xavier and Kofi.
All right, yeah. But, we're just going to part the fucking Red Sea here and let you do a do-si-do around and stroke each other's fucking mustachios and then grope your big swinging hammers and then, you're going to thrust them into the camera. Oh, yeah.
Then we had an 8-man tag team match. Breezango, Zack Ryder, and Ty Dillinger versus Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Mojo Rawley, and Primo Colon.
It's everybody's favorite WWE Universal Intergalactic Champion, Primo Colon.
This was just mostly guys getting thrown over the top rope. quite frankly.
Yeah, it was not good, but I was happy to see the Fashion Police and most of these guys. I was happy to see most of these guys get actual fucking screen time. So, I mean, I didn't hate it. It just was very, very orchestrated. I could see some of the strings attached to Baron Corbin when he was dancing around like a fucking puppet.
Mm-hmm. Baron Corbin pins Fandango with End of Days. Moving on.
And then flips off the entire UK for an extended period of time. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you, fucking suck it, fucking fuck you, mate.
Then we had a Benjables promo about how they're going to beat AJ and Shin tonight and send them limping into Mania, ruining the dream match.
Yay! Okay. I know this was supposed to get heat, but it was so badly fucking booked that by saying it out loud, you just look like a fucking tool.
We had Sammy and KO come out and stand on the announce desk and cut a promo. This is their show. Mania is as well. They're not sorry for killing Daniel Bryan. They just wanted to apologize to Brie Bella and Birdie.
It was fucking great.
Shane and Bryan come out after having watched it. I did like the fact that like Bryan just comes up. We can do anything about this? Yeah, let's go. And yeah, so we get a nana chant, and nothing really came of this. Was kind of my only one kind of gripe with it.
Yeah, I was fine with the way things ended. I like that. A1 point. Your boy Sami Zayn is the best in the world at everything. Fuck me. Throw the titles at him. If he decides he wants them, maybe he'll pick them up off the ground. Jesus fucking Christ. Second of all, I like the fact that they tried to get Chance, the heels tried to get Chance going and couldn't. But the instant that Shane went for a little bit of a no, and everybody went, no. That was great. It was fantastic. It was worked perfectly.
Then we had Benjables at a tag match against Nakamura and Styles to finish off the show. This was underwhelming considering I had such high expectations for World Format.
No, I had zero expectations. I really looked at this going, why would you do this now? Why wouldn't you save this match for 2 months down the line when you've covered yourself in your own semen because you've been too busy jacking off being bored with not writing anything? Like, oh, fuck, put the Lunchables out there against AJ and Nakamura. Give them 30 minutes to work.
Time. This was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, if this would have been 2 months from now, when we're past Mania, past Backlash, ? And then Nakamura's still got the belt. AJ and Nakamura have kind of got they've always had respect for each other, but they've had like this 2 months of like, fuck you, I want the fucking title. And then after that, they go back to having the basic respect for each other. And then
I just thought of Bob Holly's line from Brian Gerwitz's shoot interview. I got a storyline for you. I win the title.
It's Gewurz, sir. Thank you.
I don't care.
But like, 2 months down the line, you go like, fuck it, let's have Gable and Benjamin come out and get some heel heat and attack the 2 guys that the crowd loves. And then you give them 30 minutes on SmackDown. 30 fucking minutes uninterrupted.
Problem is, at this point, they've just killed the Benjables. Like, these 2 guys who were great, and you have booked them largely as jobbers / I don't know, I think they got 1 win in there somewhere.
It's like they need to set up a 3rd show, and all the people who get booked, like you could have Dolph Ziggler, Rusev, the Lunchables, the Fashion Police, Zack Ryder, fucking Ty Dillinger, Mojo Rawley, the Shining Stars, every woman except for Charlotte, and Asuka. No, they still book Asuka wrong. Fuck me. Can just those names that I've mentioned that happen to be on SmackDown right now? Can you imagine the show that could be put together with that amount of talent, and they're throwing it in the garbage and taking a giant diarrhea shit on it week after week after week after week?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep. So we get the reversal of fortunes here with AJ pinning Gable with a phenomenal forearm. Nakamura gets jumped, handles business, and then AJ does the fake out phenomenal forearm and pats Nakamura on the head.
You missed the part where he deliberately stopped and looked at Nakamura and waited and adjusted his elbow pad nicely and then got to finish with the phenomenal forearm.
Yep, I like that too. Moving on to Mixed Match Challenge, we got the Road Warriors versus Mizka in an obvious answer that Mizka's going over.
It was bad. It was as good. Listen, it was. Everything I just said about them shitting on all their good talent and not using anybody correctly. This was the absolute best of the worst possible situation that they could ever do, and the four people in the ring made the best of it. It even was a tribute to even the Miz, as limited as he is, did the best he could with zero credibility that anybody believes he can actually wrestle. Still did the best he could to try and do little tiny heel things here and there that actually have credibility and like dig at Charlotte. He was digging at Charlotte and digging at Charlotte and digging at Charlotte and digging and digging and digging and and eventually he got his fucking ass kicked, and that's exactly what a fucking heel is supposed to be.
I have a note here and I don't remember what it was. I said, fuck this match. I had to agree with Corey Graves.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the end, Miz hits the skull-crushing finale on Bobby. Three of these people, honestly, four of these people, because Bobby Roode was the U.S. champion when this whole thing started, should not have been in this tournament.
Correct.
Should not have been.
Absolutely correct.
Because you got three champions at the start of the tournament. Bobby Roode has lost the title, but three champions, and Asuka, who's on a big streak, and Braun was in here, and Bliss was in here. And I've said it before. This should have been a chance for some of the lesser used talent to kind of step up and get some time.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Our teams were Finn Balor and Sasha Banks, Nakamura and Natalya, Miz and Asuka, Big E and Carmella, Strowman and Alexa Bliss, Zayn and Becky Lynch, Goldust and Mandy Rose, Uso and Naomi, Elias and Bayley, Rusev and Lana, Apollo and Nia Jax, Rude and Charlotte Flair. So out of that roster, you've got Apollo and Nia Jax, Elias and Bayley, Rusev and Lana, oddly enough, Goldust and Mandy Rose.
I'm okay with Team
Big E and Carmella.
I'm okay with Team Uso.
What?
I'm okay with Team Uso being in there.
No, because Jimmy Uso has a title.
I would agree, but it's a tag title at least. You can have him lose as a single or have Naomi eat the pin, and it's not too bad.
No, he's got a title. I'm not letting title people in there. Sorry, no. You've got very, very, very few people that should have been involved in this in the first place. Like Mandy Rose and Goldust, who put that together? Give that man 6 raises.
That was also an accidental team because it was supposed to be Goldie and Alicia Fox.
That would have been terrible.
Actually, I think that could have actually been good. Not nearly as good. Let's be clear.
You know what it would have been?
I feel like that could have been crazy good.
You know what it would have been is that Alicia Fox would do the high-pitched, screamy bullshit that turns into her losing her voice halfway through saying any particular word whatsoever. And then Goldust reverting to his autism thing that he did for a while.
I mean, that probably would have been it because that's what WWE does.
It would have been a giant diarrhea stain on the whole scenario. But, I mean, Big E and Carmella, I guess, that would be like the outliers. I would not have put the Miss Money in the Bank involved in this, and I would not have put a Big E has too much of a stature as the longest reigning tag champ of all time. Finn Balor, Sasha Banks also probably I would not have had involved with this because they're too high profile. I
think you might have to put Banks in just because of the limited females, but on the male side of things, like You had no Bo Dallas in here. You had no Curtis Axel, Ty Dillinger, Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin, Breezango could have been in
Corbin.
here.
They weren't doing anything with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin couldn't have been in this.
Yeah, Baron Corbin could have been in this.
There's so much. Like,
one of the Singh brothers, if you get really desperate.
You could have put the Fashion Police on 2 different teams.
Yeah. Plus, come on, Fashion Police with a hot chick. There's just infinite storyline potential.
Can you imagine this? If that was like a second round match, and you got Fashion Police versus Fashion Police with like 2, attractive ladies who can also wrestle. Yeah. But like it would have to be, probably Mandy Rose and probably Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke should have been involved with this.
It couldn't have been either of them because they're on Raw, and the team would have had to been SmackDown.
I don't care. But if you could imagine those 4 people involved, and they got a 20-minute match, and 15 minutes of that is pose down.
Mm-hmm.
I would mark out like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I think I would probably have thrown Liv Morgan in there. That would have been good.
Yeah,
with
probably.
Either, yeah.
Or Sarah Logan, or...
Sarah Logan doesn't really fit the gimmick.
You don't fit the gimmick.
No, I don't.
What if they did Bray Wyatt and Sarah Logan?
That would work!
See? Booked. Book it.
I didn't say I didn't want Sarah Logan in the tournament. I just didn't want her as one of the Fashion Police
sexist
partners.
Anyway, I would just never have had nobody with a title, nobody who's in contention for a title, like a direct challenger for the title, should have been involved. And then you've got to fucking feel Dolph Ziggler. Why wasn't Dolph Ziggler involved? Oh wait, because you don't know how to book him to save your life. I believe
technically he had quote left the company at the start of this.
Yeah, I think he had the U.S. title at the time and then dropped it, and then and kayfabe took a couple weeks off. But yeah, there's
and by doing this, you also make the tournament less predictable because there were a couple of matches that could have gone either way, but a lot of them it was like, we know who's winning this kind of right away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as soon as they announced Asuka was involved, that's all done. The whole tournament's done. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, there's that, but I mean, like just even the individual matches. It's not even like I know what team's gonna win. It's I can predict this bracket with alarming efficiency.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, let's see here. Okay, so the first match was Balor and Banks versus Nakamura and Natty. That could go either way, but you pretty much had to go Balor-Banks. Then you had Mizka, obviously going to win. Strowman and Bliss, obviously going to win. You could go either way with Rose Gold and the Uso-Naomi combo, but you'd had all 3 SmackDown teams lose up until that point, so Uso had to go over.
Well, with that bracket, I would have not had you obviously don't need your tag team fucking champion and his wife to be doing extracurricular shit. And you have some other people, you've got 2 people you're not using at all. Give them some exposure, you fucking retards.
And then, you had Rusev and Elias, or Team Rusev versus Elias and Bayley. Rusev's got to go over. Road Warriors got to go over Nia Jax and Apollo. Then after that, everything after the first round is completely predictable. There were like two matches I could have seen actually going a different way than they went.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not good. You just kind of book yourself into a corner by letting your big stars in. And you don't have to. Like it's the whole thing for charity. Just let it be fun.
Let it be.
Anyways, then we head on to 205 Live.
Oh my god. And to open up 205 Live, we had a foxy lady sitting right behind Nigel McGuinness. I'm going to tell you what right now.
Yeah. Then we had the Japanese Powers of Pain, Hideo.
Hey, I got this.
Yes.
I got this. We had the Noodle Bar versus the Taco Truck. I know I'm going to get heat for continuing that joke.
I still prefer Robin Stand versus Taco Truck.
Noodle Bar is funnier, though. Noodle's a funny word. You got to go with noodle.
It is a funny word.
Noodle.
What about Noodle Ramen Stand?
Just kind of, that should be a finishing move.
True.
Hit him with the ramen stand, oh my god! Noodle Bar. So I've got a couple... gonna get heat for continuing that joke. My next question in my notes were, are we getting tag titles out of this, or what the fuck? Because they're actually telling people that they are the best tag team on 205 Live.
If you're going to get tag team titles, I like the idea of tag team titles on 205 Live, but you need a bigger roster then.
Yeah.
You need more people.
My third note here says, they don't just sit at the bar, they eat at the bar. Because it's a noodle bar.
Yes, I get you.
And my fourth note says, Kai and Tai versus Los Boricuas Part 2.
Los Barricas were Puerto Rican.
Racist. Wait, we got one Puerto Rican in the match.
We did have a Puerto Rican, you're right, Lindsay Dorado.
Yeah, there was a crazy hardcore big boot from Tozawa on Grand Metalik, and Metalik hit the fucking deck and looked up with, and I can see it through his mask, was a genuine, like, what the fuck, dude? Well, I don't know what, maybe a little bit of mistiming or whatever the fuck, but because Tozawa really fucking laid into him with that.
Yes.
And I really enjoy how Itami is deliberately being heel, and Tozawa's pretty much still a face. I enjoy that. He did
joining on like the post-match attack, though.
Yeah, but up to the...
So I'd say Tozawa is heel after this match.
Yeah, but that's not when I made the note.
Sure.
So I enjoyed Itami doing all the heel taunts, and then
respect
at one point,
me.
And the respect me thing's working. It's working in context of this because he's not yelling it at the crowd, which doesn't.
Oh, he did yell at the crowd at one point.
Yeah, but he doesn't do it exclusively anymore. He's yelling it at the guy in the corner. He's yelling at the guy on the mat. He's not just focused on like everybody. At one point, your boy Lunchbox Durango goes completely insane, including hitting the lethal injection or variation thereof. And then I have a note here. Injection. Yeah. Food coma injection. And then I have a note here that says, everybody dives!
Yep.
And then there was a double DQ, which I enjoyed. And there was good quality fracas after the match, beat down, back and forth, which I enjoyed. And so I enjoyed this whole thing. It was very nice.
Match was good, good at pace. Asians actually established themselves as a heel team now.
Yeah.
Still kind of missing a middle step there with Tozawa's heel turn, where it's like face.
Well, I think this
randomly angry with Kalisto and now heel.
I think this is the middle step. Like, it's very clear in the beginning towards the middle and into the late parts of the match that Tozawa's still a face, and then afterwards not so much. So they're gonna have to keep going.
I just wish we had some provocation. We really didn't have it.
He's got bad influences, man. He's hanging out with that hideous tatami guy.
I guess.
Dude's just a corrupting influence.
The only thing I didn't like about the match is the commentators, because of course all Asians are the same. They both remind me of Shinsuke Nakamura. Fucking hell. Because Tozawa really doesn't. Tatami maybe. Yeah. Like a more serious, less flamboyant Nakamura. At least it's like, he is a striker at heart, but Nakamura or Tozawa's like Mr. Suplexes and shit. That's not really
Yeah, I haven't seen the Snap German in forever, dude. Yeah. Dude, totally. I'm totally like missing that dude.
Yes.
We had a promo from Mr. Drew Gulk, which I'm just going to continue that joke for a while. He says that he deliberately asked for his match versus Mandrews to be postponed because he wants the Mandrews to be all healthy and shit before he twists his nuts off and makes him inhale them through the nostrils.
Makes him tap to the gulak.
Yeah, he referred to the Dragon Sleeper as the gulak, which I usually hate when wrestlers name things after themselves, but I liked it in this case. I'm fine with it. Because he was all heely and smirky and like, fuck you. So I enjoyed the shit out of that. And then Mandrews broke in. The King of the Rest holds himself. And my only real note on this is, like, how many underdog characters do we goddamn need?
All of them. All of our baby faces will be basically underdog characters.
But did they have to call themselves underdogs?
Including Cedric Alexander somehow.
Yeah.
And all of our heels are going to be... well, actually, 205 Live actually has some variety of heels now, actually. Which is nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't for a while there, because basically all the heels were, Enzo's boys.
Yeah, which I actually really enjoyed at the time. Then we moved on to your boy Tony Schneef versus Le Jabier.
Jonathan Pierce.
Sure. I didn't bother writing his name down. Although I should have, because I enjoyed the delusional jobber shit that he was doing.
That was hilarious.
So much better than you. Like, what?
It would have worked. It would have worked even better if he at least had a little bit better of a physique. But it's like not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I mean, it's okay. It's better than mine.
Fine. No, it's fine. But like, it's like average wrestler physique in WWE. Like, you're in there with Tony Nese, sir. Tony Nese has got the physique.
Exactly. So Tony Schneef put in a little. This was more back and forth than I was really expecting, but wasn't really disappointed with the action. Mr. Schneef put in a bunch of work, ended up hitting the slingshot springboard moonsault. And I have written down, somebody called Chris Jericho. I think Tony Schneef owes him money. It was awesome. And right near the end of the match, Tony Schneef hit the Liger Shote, and I marked out like a motherfucker. And it was an all-around good match. I enjoyed the shit out of it. This was way better than as soon as I saw him up against the Jobber, I was like, wow, fuck.
Only thing I didn't really like is you had the Jobber actually kind of go, fuck this, and try to go for the count-out loss. And like, dude, you're a Jobber. You're fighting for a job here.
It's not an idiot. I'm fine with it.
I'm just saying, you're fighting for a job here.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you win's a win. Win's a win. 1, 2, 3, kid. And then we capped off the evening with your boy Bumpy Murray versus Kalisto.
Bumpy Murray would actually be better named than Buddy Murray.
I think so, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's Billabong Murray. Crikey. And my first note here is like, there's 20 minutes left. Are we gonna have an actual match? Will it suck?
They had a bit of a promo for this where Buddy Murphy did the "it's not personal and he'll make it quick" gimmick.
Yeah, I didn't bother writing that down because it was bad.
It was fine, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, so there was some really good back and forth action in the opening segments, and at one point, your boy Bumpy Murray hit was it like a vertical snaps release suplex onto the edge of the apron, and Calypso hit so hard and perfectly on one side of his body that he smashed into the ring apron and then immediately flipped and smashed face down into the ground. It was awesome, and it looked like it hurt like a son of a bitch.
There was a bit of a botched reverse Rana in here, and also there was the bit where Kalisto just beats the 10 count, but it's clear that the ref just stopped counting.
I tune out. As soon as the ref starts counting, I tune out. It means nothing.
Yeah, I know.
When was the last time they ever did a count out anything?
And this is, by the way, my point here is I've always said this when like refs, like when a wrestler forgets to kick out or whatever, even the ref should not even really be part of the gimmick of the match. He should just be like, you didn't get back in before I got to 10. That is your fault. Like that should have been, especially considering that Murphy eventually did win this match. So it's not even like that would have fucked up anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Would have been a count out.
We had Calypso going for the. I think he was going for a Poison Rana.
He did hit a Poison Rana at one point, yeah.
I must have tuned out. I think he was going for a Poison Rana, and then your boy Bumpy Murray got an actual, legit, honest-to-God electric chair drop. That hasn't been pulled out since, like, the early 80s.
Oh, that's the one I was talking about the fucked up Rana.
Well, goddammit, why don't you... It was not a fucked up Rana. It was an electric chair drop.
I don't think that was intentional.
That was totally intentional.
I don't think it was.
100% intentional.
Here's the problem. Look at how they behave after that spot.
Kalisto being an idiot.
Yeah, but Kalisto goes back on offense and Buddy Murphy does not stop him. I don't think that was intentional.
That was intentional. That was just Kalisto being an idiot. I think they
fell ass backwards into an electric chair drop.
No. That was a perfectly executed electric chair drop. The problem
I didn't say it wasn't perfectly executed. I don't think they were trying.
The problem is that Kalisto can't fucking work half the time, and this happened to be part of that time. Him? Because he doesn't know how to sell. He doesn't sell the fucking electric chair drop because he's an idiot.
Okay, if let's say for a moment we're roughly the same size because this doesn't work with our actual physical measurements.
Yeah.
If I go on the offense after I'm supposed to eat an electric chair drop. You would just like club me in the head. That's how you do that. Why did Buddy not do that?
Because he's new. You don't go into business for yourself.
Bam!
You don't go into business for yourself after you're in your third match on the roster. You don't do that.
I say that you do.
And I think Kalisto went into business for himself right there. And that's my next note. Well, my first note here says electric chair. I need more of that as a setup for the finish, which they did. They did a bunch of back attack spots. And then my next note says, and no sold by Kalisto, because Kalisto's fucking retarded half the time. And doesn't know. It's like he forgets he's in a wrestling match and he's just wandering around like a fucking tourist.
I would have also liked if that was intentional. Man, commentary, sell that thing. Fuck.
Jesus.
They really did nothing to sell it. That's the other thing. It seemed like that's my thing. Is like Kalisto goes on offense and the commentary didn't sell it. I still think they botched it.
Well, Kalisto definitely botched it, but Buddy Murray did not. Like that was 100% electric chair drop. That was not a botched Rana because Kalisto didn't try and bend over backwards. He was straight vertical until he hit the ground, like a suplex. So it's just Kalisto no selling because Kalisto decided, I've got to be the sprightly Mexican guy even though I'm an American. Bumpy Murray hit the Kamagoe, which I marked out for. There was a massive 205 chant, followed by a massive Fight Forever chant. Your boy Calypso hit what I'm going to call the Californian Destroyer, because it wasn't a DDT, or it wasn't a flipping pile driver. It was like a standing sunset bomb or something like that.
Yeah, more or less.
And then they botched the fucking finish. I was really into the match the whole time, and Calypso decided to go into business for himself for the second time in the match, fucked everything up and refused to take the finish. Bumpy Murray fucking made him eat it anyway.
I actually hated more the fact that there was no setup to the finish more so than Kalisto
didn't want to
take it. Like, Murphy just randomly kind of recovered after taking a beating, and I thought, just throw me like 2 moves in between there, and we're good to go.
Nah, I don't need that. I like the fact that it's... I don't care. You're wrong.
Or have Kalisto kind of run into the Murphy's Law. That would also work.
That would be fine as well. But, I mean, they spent most of the match attacking Kalisto's back. They're setting up the Murphy's Law the entire match. And then the whole point of the Murphy's Law is that you can hit it like that. You can just like grab, do it. Bing, bing, boom.
I think it works better in transition, in practicality. But,
that's boring. That's okay.
What are you talking about? Last week it was great when he hit it in transition.
I could see it coming a mile away. I wasn't impressed. Like, it's a great move, but if I got to stand there and watch you do it for a million years, like, yeah, I know what the move is. Come on, just fucking do it.
I still say it was too dead for this. But I did enjoy the match as a whole, although, man, sloppy as shit.
This just don't get it. Like, Kalisto refused to take the finish. Oh yeah, that is very clear.
I don't really get that unless there was supposed to be like this was like the big resistance to the move. But
I don't know. Like I thought that at first. Like I was like, oh, he's struggling. That's not struggling. He's just refusing to take the move.
Yeah, well, he's legit struggling because Kalisto's not helping him.
No, I was saying Kalisto's struggling.
Yeah.
Like, Kalisto struggled. Okay, cool. You put up a little resistance, a little bit more resistance, and then you're overpowered. And then that's how that should have worked. But he struggled so hard. It was
especially
very
with the
clear.
Size differential in this match as well.
Very clear that Murphy was just going to go, fuck you, you're eating the finish.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck.
Random problems in this match, I guess, is now. Oh, actually, a spot that I really enjoyed was Murphy monkey flipping Kalisto onto the announce table and breaking.
Yeah, that was good too. Cool. I enjoyed the shit out of that. And then we capped off the whole thing from a big old rousing speech from your boy Spudrick, which was goddamn good.
Yeah, it was good. He really tried to sell me on watching the pre-show for Mania, so there we go.
Mm-hmm. With NXT, we opened with some random chick in front of a bunch of monitors.
Charlie Caruso.
I don't care.
She is their primary interview bot.
Still don't care.
Didn't say you should care. I'm just clarifying for the audience.
Names of these people do not enter my head because if they're not Renee Young, you don't remember them. I got a little emotional when Goldust walked in to the arena with wearing his Dusty Rhodes tie. That was awesome. They finally officially announced that Bobby Fish was injured. Everybody's known that for a month. And we open up the show with the Strong Bruisers versus AOP for the Dusty Rhodes title. So this is where everybody was confused because last week we were talking about it, and it, for some fucked reason, it said that there was a three-way dance for the titles and the Dusty Rhodes Classic on Wikipedia. So apparently TV has finally caught up to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
This was the match. This was
freaking great.
This match, though.
For a tag team that's thrown together, their tandem offense, I'm talking about Dunn and Strong, obviously, stunningly good. The drop kick jumping knee combos, fucking great.
It's fantastic. Also, that's how you make a fucking trophy, you cheap shitheads. You fucking pieces of garbage. The Dusty Rhodes Classic trophy looks like $1 million. I don't know what that plastic turd job you got on main roster is for both of them. And why does the trophy on the top of the women's one look like a thong that somebody's pulling up?
Probably because it is.
Is that like a Lita callback? But
maybe.
This fucking trophy that's what a trophy is, you stupid cheap fucks. And also, they had an attractive Hispanic lady in the ring, which made me miss Melissa Santos.
Melissa Santos.
Melissa Santos has personality. She's good looking. And is great on the mic. Among other things, like she's great on promos. She's great in segments. She's great being in distress. There's so much Melissa Santos can do that no other announcer in the entire business can do. It's amazing. Like, there's Melissa Santos, #1 gold medal. Second place doesn't even exist. There's not even a second place. Just everybody quit and go home.
Match.
So this match, I enjoyed Dunn coming down and getting right in AOP's face. He comes down to the ring, and he looks up at him and gets in the ring and gets, like, right up in there. And the ref is like, fuck, okay, back off.
Yup.
There was a lot of great things about this match. Your boy Strong kind of took a beating for a while, not too long. The whole thing was booked really, really well. He took a beating, but not too long, and tagged in Dunn, who also took a bit of a beating for a while, who eventually got over there to tag Strong back in, and then speed kills motherfucker, and he started nailing stuff. He did a shitload of bounce off the rope forearms, and then they started rolling, and got cut off. And then AOP kind of beat him up for a bit, and then they started rolling again, and rolling, and they got cut off. And then AOP beat him up a bit more, and they started rolling again, and they hit the bitter end of Heartache, and then, it was right there. And then we got the pre-distributed area coming down and beating them up, and there was a double DQ, which I was also fine with.
I'm fine with it.
I really wanted to see that match play out. I really did. But I'm okay with this too. And then your boy Regal comes down and says, "It was me, Sunshine."
It was me, Sunshine. It's all of his promos now.
Indeed. I actually have that on another one down below. He announces that it will be, the pre-distributed area will not as smart as they thought they were. Because now it's a triple threat match. Because fuck you. And it'll be for all of the marbles. I don't understand how... Now, he kind of gave the game away a little bit in the promo. He announced that whoever won the match would be not only the Dusty Rhodes Classic champion, but the new tag champion. He said that deliberately out loud.
Well, technically, I think that the answer is that they would become the new champion even if they won, because it would be Cole and O'Reilly winning as opposed to O'Reilly and Fish.
But he said new champion, not new Dusty Rhodes Classic winner. He said new tag team champion.
Well, that's what I mean, though, is that would Cole officially become the champion as opposed to Bobby Fish?
I guess you could finagle that in there, but it sounded like to me that he gave away the finish
It's possible. You could definitely read that into it, but I think there is a justification to say that would even refer to the era because of Bobby Fish's lack of participation.
Could be. I don't know. Maybe that's a giant red herring. Maybe I'm smarking it up too hard. We had a North American title package, to which my note says that's some good package.
It was good, yeah.
We had a DIY
I actually
package.
particularly enjoyed the Killian Dane part of it, actually.
Yeah. We had the DIY package, to which I have also good package written down here. Whoever's shooting these vignettes for NXT, new $5 million a year is cheap. Just pay him that.
I suspect it's Borash.
I would not disagree. Borat, pay that man the money. Whatever money you're fucking throwing away on idiots like Brock Lesnar, take all that money and give it to Borash. All of that money. We followed that with Kairi Sane versus Vanessa Bourne. Bourne still can't hit her little jiggly wiggly dance music thing in time to the music.
Yeah,
this was a dancer? Yes?
She was a cheerleader for the Phoenix Suns, if I recall correctly.
Okay, so what's the fucking problem here?
I have no idea. I'm willing to forgive almost everything in the ring because she's super green, but yeah. The dancing part, I don't get why that still sucks.
Got a great
I like
theme.
the new theme.
I don't think it's much different. Like, it's a reworked version of what she had before.
Yeah, but I like it better than what she had before.
So the theme's great. She looks good. Sorry to be sexist, but that's true. She's an attractive lady, and I appreciate that.
She's very athletic.
She's very athletic, but she's super green, and she still can't hit you're a cheerleader who can't hit a timing thing? I don't get it. The match was acceptable, but not what I was after. Especially after watching that match and Regal tear shit out of the pre-distributed area, and then 2 awesome highlight packages, and then this match was just kind of fine, ish. It can go on the either line of fine.
I guess the question becomes, who's worse, Bourne or Belair?
Belair's worse.
I think she's better, but I think it might just because they've given her more to work with, whereas Bourne's just there to job.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But from me, and maybe the sample size is bigger on Bianca Blair, or Blanca Blair, or Banaka Blair, or whoever the fuck they're announcing her as this week. Maybe I've got a larger sample size from her, so I've seen the worst she can possibly offer, whereas Bourne's just kind of never hit a mark yet. It's not that she's done anything particularly terrible. It's just that nothing's good yet. Whereas I've seen Blair just do shitty, stupid things.
That's true. She is more dangerous of the two.
That's correct. And her finish is garbage. In the match with Sane, she hit the sliding D, which I will never not mark out for, because Tanaka Masato is Masato Tanaka.
Masato Tanaka has killed so many brain cells in my enjoyment that I feel Correct. I owe him.
I tried to Japanese that up. I tried to do last name first, but it didn't work in my brain. And she hit the insane elbow. So that was my last note here says, good match, but the opener stole everything. We moved on to a Lacey, whatever, what's her name?
Lacey Evans.
There you go. Lacey Evans promo, which was fucking horrible, and she's basically like a female Trump thing with a good costume on. It's garbage. It's horrible.
Southern Belle classy than Trump per se, but it's not really working, and 2, it doesn't really work because she keeps losing.
Yeah. Stop calling yourself a Marine.
Yeah.
I'm just losing all respect for Marines now.
Kind of.
Then we had a little outside segment where the pre-distributed area have confronted Mr. Regal, to which my only note here says, "You got taunted, sunshine."
The only thing I have to really note here is I'm a little puzzled why a sub-partner isn't allowed for them, because technically Cole is a sub partner.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that on the predictions, I think. So Regal continues to be awesome, and he says either you can drop out of one of the matches, or O'Reilly can go, on his own, or whatever. Like, your choice. But you're either in one of the two matches, both matches, or whatever the fuck. I would have just had him forfeit the title, but then we had a Black Llama package, and my only note here is I wonder if we're gonna get Tommy End chants at Takeover. Tommy fucking End.
Yes.
We had a Shayna Baszler Moon package, which was meh, kind of cringy.
It was the weakest of the bunch.
Yeah, there's not much to work with there. We moved on to our large Sullivan Killian Dane match, to which Percy Jackson called them Leviathans. I wonder if we had like a large amount of them, would it be a Leviathan marathon? The match was awkward. It was not good.
I actually rather enjoyed it.
I didn't.
Maybe I'm just sick in the head, but it's possible.
It's possible, but they were super awkward. They'd obviously never wrestled another person that's the same size as them, or if they had, they'd forgotten how to do it.
I suspect maybe Killian Dane has, but yeah, I would imagine Lars Sullivan definitely has not run into somebody where it's like, so I can't just throw you around mindlessly.
Yeah. It was just awkward. Like, can you guys just hug it out and go fuck in the back or something? Just, can we not do this? And then the Guillotine Dream came down, and then Adam Cole came down, baby, and then EC3 came down, and then Ricochet came down and did a triple flipping, double twisting nut scratcher, and then landed superhero style in the middle of the ring and stared down everybody.
Not really.
So there was no match, really. Music. It was just a bunch of awkward hugging with the furry guy, and then all kinds of setup and promo. And then Ricochet got a huge pop.
Massive pop. Not a big fan of his music, but everything else is great.
And I noticed that Killian Dane really, really isn't that big a guy. Like, there's almost everybody in that match is almost his size, except for Large Sullivan, who's clearly bigger.
Ricochet is a fair bit small.
I didn't see him stand up and compare, but like EC3 is almost his size.
See here, Killian Dane is 6'4", 322.
He's not that tall.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
I'm pretty sure Dream's almost as tall as him. EC3 is almost as tall as him.
Yeah, Ethan Carter, 6'2", 240, so he's only 2 inches shorter.
Yeah. Adam Cole, obviously smaller.
Velveteen Dream, a.k.a. Patrick Clark, is 6'2", 227. He is not taller than Ethan Carter. I thought he was. They are apparently the same height.
Ethan Carter, baby.
Adam Cole is 6'2", 210. Honestly, 210 I think is being somewhat generous. And our final man is Ricochet. He is the shortest and the lightest at 5'9", 188.
Nope, you're fading out, or I'm fading out, one or the other.
Nah, I'm fading out, I think is the answer.
Nope, he's dying! Ladies and gentlemen, send Amber Lamps.
No! I'm fine! Anyways, prediction time.
Why don't we do that in a separate video?
Okay.
Let's get off my lawn.